You've probably read the title and clicked on this video and been like, what is this absolute twat talking about? Well, A, that's really fucking horrible. And B, just hear me out for a second, I promise you I have a point. So without further ado, let's get into why Roblox Grow a Garden, or GAG, is objectively bad. Also yes, I will be referring to it as GAG in some parts of this video, as Grow a Garden is a mouthful, especially as someone as slow as myself. Right, so don't get me wrong, this game is statistically one of the best games ever made, even beating out games like Fortnite and Minecraft to the likes of the highest concurrent player count being over 16 million, which is fucking crazy if you actually come to think about it. It's literally taken over Roblox, consistently hitting the front page and single-handedly pushing it to numbers of platforms never seen before. Not to mention the sheer amount of content creators such as Creekcraft and other Roblox titans making videos on it, pushing it to an even larger audience. Considering they have fairly regular updates coming onto the game, it's actually quite fair to see why people are so hooked onto it. Well, does size matter? Well, in this case, not at all. In fact, it's not even fucking close. Some of the best games on Roblox have fallen off more than my career as a bodybuilder or never gained traction they actually deserved. When some people say Grow a Garden has loads of hype around it, personally, I disagree. And when I say personally, I mean in my opinion, so stop writing on them fucking hate comments. However, to my knowledge, it was the first game of its kind. No one had seen a Grow an XYZ game yet, but boy did that change. GAG started a trend that is pushing Roblox in the wrong direction, in my opinion, and that direction is slop. But don't get me wrong, I'm sure these games take an incredible amount of dev time and effort in order to grow, and that's dev time and effort that I, A, can't be asked to do, and B, don't have the facilities to. Besides, let's talk about my issues with the game. In my opinion, the cracks begin to form when any game revolves around RNG, which stands for random number generator, and basically just means luck. It's an addictive formula, especially for the majority of Roblox's player base, that being children, who are significantly proven to be more susceptible to addiction. Content-wise, there isn't a crazy amount to do really. It felt a bit like an AFK simulator, with a significant lack of things to do on the side, aside from growing crops. Which yes, I get it's the main premise of the game, but just let me keep talking. With that being said, side quests do exist, and games like Stardew Valley pull this off very, very well, and it keeps the player hooked for a long amount of time. Especially while those tomatoes, or mangoes, or whatever you decide to grow, actually grow. Now it's time for what I think is the worst bit about this game by an absolute long shot. The feature being a steal of fruit, where you can pay like 30 pence or 37 Robux I think it is, just to nick someone else's fruit, which albeit is a genius idea if you want free Robux, however for everyone else, it's a complete to deal with. Luckily, with most expensive fruits or plants in the game, you can't actually steal the stem. However, you can steal the low dangling fruit from them. From that point, you've just sold something that could be potentially worth $1 or millions. My last point on why I think the game is flawed is what actually is the end goal. Well, in Grow a Garden, you can unlock something called a sugar apple. As of the Bees update, this is the latest thing they've added and the most expensive. Fortunately for most players though, this shit is chump change. However, it is extremely rare and you'll be lucky to see one without looking up how to get one. Which, going back to my last point, if something involves RNG, that's going to result in more playtime and that's going to push the algorithm more, which in my opinion for a Roblox game, shouldn't really be doing that. Like, I shit you not, I've seen TikToks and stuff on how to get these, and you have to wait for a very certain time. If you're from the UK, it's like 7 or 8 o'clock at night. I don't really know what the actual time is for it, but it's just silly. Some of you may just heard me say TikTok then and probably thought, am I on other platforms? Well, yes I am actually. I mainly use Twitch and I use TikTok as well. I'll put the card on screen for you. Go follow them, go sub to them, whatever else. I really appreciate it, thank you. And well, to be honest, it may be a hot take and quite obvious, but if you watch this video so far, you'll know I don't really have an interest in it. It doesn't really bother me. I've not really played it that much either, to be honest with you. However, I have played it enough to know that it's kind of shit. And like I said, it's objectively bad. If it wasn't already clear as day, I'm really new to this and any feedback we greatly appreciate. Also, join my Discord. I'll get you a cookie. Have a good one everyone, and I'll catch you in the future.